All right, welcome into Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set for the final game of the World Series, the deciding game, game number 7, between the Oakland A's and the Chicago Cubs. The series is tied at 3 games apiece. Game 7 will crown a victor today. Somebody is going to win the World Championship in baseball. Is it going to be the A's? Is it going to be the Cubs? The A's won games 1, 3, and 5. The Cubs won games 2, 4, and 6. So the A's winning all the odd number games, the Cubs winning all the even number games. If it holds serve, that's good for the A's tonight, but we'll see what happens as we have Game 7 of the World Series up next, right here at Jammin' Sports. And there's your lineups. Let's do it. Jammin' Sports presents Game 7 of the World Series, live from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's the Oakland A's and the Chicago Cubs. The A's took games 1, 3, and 5. The Cubs won games 2, 4, and 6. Game 7 tonight. Fergie Jenkins on the mound for the Cubs tonight. World Series Game 7 up next here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the first here in Game 7. Fergie Jenkins will be pitching tonight. The winner of this game wins it all. It comes down to this game. Leading things off for the A's here in the top of the first, Ricky Henderson, the left fielder. And he hit him. It's a leadoff walk for the A's. The first pitch of the game hits Henderson. And now the shortstop, Bert Campaneris, will come up. Nobody out, runner on first base. In their first strike, 0-1. Evil Dead's favorite player, Bert Campaneris. Now the 0-1 pitch. Ripped it into right center field. That's going to be off the wall. Henderson coming around. He may score. He is going to score. It's a double for Campaneris with an RBI. And just like that, the A's lead it 1-0. Here in the top of the first, in Game 7, Bert comes through. MVP. And now the DH, Jimmy Fox, will come up. Nobody out, runner on second. The A's already up 1-0. Down low, 1-0. So a great start for the A's in this one. Nobody out, they're up 1-0 already. And And now the 1-0 pitch to Jimmy Fox. And it's outside or inside. Actually 2-0 the count to Fox. That's good 5. That's right. 2-0 pitch. Fouls it off down the line. Counts at 2-1 to Fox. Now the 2-1 pitch. A ground ball right to Anson. He'll take it himself. Campaneris moves down to third base. It'll be a sacrifice for Fox, moving Campaneris over. 1 down. A's already lead it 1-0 here at the top of the first, here in Game 7. Jose Canseco, the center fielder, comes up next. The A's starting lineup, it's not changed at all. Jenkins on the mound. 1 out, runner on third. Canseco comes up. In there for a strike, 0-1. The deciding Game 7. It comes down to this. 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2 to Canseco. We're live from Wrigley Field in Chicago. The 0-2 pitch. Canseco high in the air. Sosa going back and makes the play, tagging up at third. Campaneris, he's going to come home. A sacrifice fly for Canseco. And the A's lead it 2-0. An easy run home for Campaneris. Now Jason Giambi, the first baseman, up next. 2 outs, base is empty. Down low, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. Your infield defensive lineup for the Cubs. It hasn't changed. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1 to Giambi. A's lead at 2-0 here at the top of the first. They jump out to a 2-0 lead. 2 outs, base is empty. The 1-1 pitch. Oh, that was on the high corner there, 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to Sandberg. He'll throw to first for the out. However, the A's, they score 2. They lead it 2-0 here at the top of the first. Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Chief Bender, the starting pitcher for the A's tonight. It was way high. I didn't think that was a strike either. So Chief Bender looking to become the winning pitcher in Game 7, if he can get it. A's lead it 2-0, go to the bottom of the first. Cap Anson will lead things off for the Cubbies, the first baseman. And the pitch by Bender. Anson pops it up down the first base line, foul. Counts at 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Quickly 0-2 to Anson. No balls and 2 strikes. And now the 0-2 pitch. Inside. His real name is Charles. He pitched from 1903 to 1917. Thank you there, Evil Dead. The 1-2 pitch by Bender. And that's going to be a base hit for Anson to lead off the bottom of the first. A leadoff single for the Cubs. Next up, for the Cubbies, will be Ron Santo, the third baseman. Nobody out, runner on first base. Then throw to first. Anson back in time. A's took a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. Here in the bottom of the first, the Cubs have a runner on first. And nobody out. Santo at the plate. Pitch by Bender. Fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Anson at first base for the Cubs. And now the 1-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouls that one off. Remains at 1-2. Game 7 of the World Series, the A's took a quick 2-0 lead in the top of the first. It counts 1-2 to Santo. Fouls that one off. Count remains at 1-2. The Cubs don't have anybody out yet in the bottom of the first. And Cap Anson, the first baseman, at first base. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. High in the air, down the right field line, but hooking foul. Count remains at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out for out number 1. 1 down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first inning. Billy Williams, the left fielder, comes up. 1 out, runner on first. The pitch by Bender inside, 1-0. Our baseball sim season will wrap up tonight, one way or the other. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, shoulder high. 1-2 to count to Billy Williams. The 1-2 pitch. Just missed it, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Broken bat, pops up. Cochran will get under it for the out. So Williams pops out to the catcher. 2 down for the Cubs. There's their starting lineup. Again, it has not changed throughout the entire series. And now Sammy Sosa would come up, the right fielder, with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Cap Anson at first. And now the pitch to Sosa. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on first base. Yeah, it's cool when it does that. 0-1 pitch, outside, 1-1.
No, that's out.
Count evens up to Sosa at 1-1. 1-1 pitch, inside, 2-1. Two balls and a strike to Sosa. The 2-1 pitch. Sosa fouls it off, evens the count at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the first inning. A's lead at 2-0. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Remains at 2-2. 2 outs. Runner on first base. That's Anson. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off again. Long at bat for Sosa. Count remains at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2, full count. And now the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out at the end of the inning. At the end of one, A's lead it 2-0 here in Game 7 of the World Series here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the second. Right fielder Reggie Jackson will lead things off for the A's. They have a 2-0 lead. Fergie Jenkins on the mound for the Cubs. He had a rough first inning. The pitch to Jackson in there for a strike, 0-1. It's winner take all tonight, Game 7 of the World Series. 0-1 pitch, inside, 1-1. Your umpires for tonight? I know. The 1-1 pitch, down low, 2-1.
2-1.
And now the 2-1 pitch to Jackson, up high, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch by Jenkins, outside, ball 4. There'll be a leadoff walk for the A's. Jackson is aboard. The Tacos were outstanding. Yes, they were. Misty did a great job. Eric Chavez, the second baseman, comes up. In there for a strike, 0-1. Nobody out, Jackson at first base. Oh no, oh no. I love tacos. To the porcelain god, is that what you're talking about? 0-1 pitch. Rips it to Sandberg. He's throw to first. It'll be a sacrifice. That moves Jackson down to second base. Ryan Sandberg on the play. So there's 1 out for the A's. They have a runner on second base. Reggie Jackson at second. And now Sal Bando, the third baseman, comes up. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike, 1 out, runner on second base. Reggie Jackson at second. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. One pitch. Fouled it off, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bando at the plate. Jackson at second base. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Top of the second here in Game 7. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Inside, but he swung at it. Fouled it off. Count remains at 2-2. Jenkins, the 2-2 pitch. Up high. Full count to Bando now, 3-2. Jackson at second base. Full count to Bando. Struck him out for out number 2. Bando goes down swinging. 2 down for the A's here at the top of the second. Jenkins throwing smoke. Jenkins had a rough first inning, but he's calmed down a little bit. And now with 2 outs, Mickey Cochran, the catcher, comes up. Reggie Jackson at second base. The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Mickey Cochran, the catcher. 0-1 pitch to Santo at third. Throws to first for the out. At the end of 1.5, A's lead at 2-0 here in Game 7 of the World Series here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Shortstop Ernie Banks will lead things off for the Cubs. A's up 2-0 here in Game 7. Chief Bender on the mound. The pitch. Inside, ball one. Count goes to 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Sometimes. And now the 2-0 pitch to Banks. Rips it right to Campaneris. He'll throw to first for the out. One down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the second inning. And now the DH, the guy whose name I have a hard time with, Aramis Ramirez. One out, bases empty. Rips it in for a base hit out to center field. Canseco will throw it back. A one-out single for Ramirez. So the Cubbies have a runner on first with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. The catcher, Gabby Hartnett, will come up next. Cubs trying to get back in the game. They're down 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Here in Game 7. Bender on the mound. The pitch to Hartnett. In there for a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. Evil Dead likes the Cubby mascot. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Hartnett. One out, runner on first base. Two-one pitch. Outside, 3-1. We had LeBron James in the crowd wearing a parachute. 3-1 pitch. We're trying to find him. Where is he? 3-1 pitch. Popped it up, out of play. Counts full to Hartnett at 3-2. I'm looking for a guy wearing a parachute. 3-2 pitch. Pops it up, out of play, down the first base line. Count remains at 3-2. Directly behind home. Oh, that guy right there with the beard? Yeah, I see what you're saying. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Struck him out swinging for out number 2. 2 down for the Cubs. Yeah. It must be cold here tonight. They throw to first. Ramirez back in time. Hack Wilson, the center fielder, comes up next with 2 outs, runner at first base. Ramirez back at first. Now they throw to first again, and Ramirez is back in time. And now the pitch. Rips it foul. Count goes to 0-1 to Hack Wilson, the center fielder for the Cubbies. All 5'6" of him. Counts 0-1 with 2 outs. They throw to first. Ramirez back in time. Counts 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Rips it foul again. Quickly 0-2 to Wilson. And now the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first base. That's Ramirez at first. Struck him out. They'll throw to first to make it official, and that'll end the inning. At the end of 2 complete, A's lead it 2-0. Game 7 of the World Series here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Ricky Henderson will lead things off, the left fielder. He got hit by a pitch the last time he was up to start the game. Fergie Jenkins still on the mound. In there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
0-1 pitch just outside, 1-1. Pitch. A ground ball to Sandberg at second. He'll throw to first for the out. 1 down for the A's here in the top of the 3rd. And now the shortstop, Bert Campaneris, comes up. Evil Dead's favorite player, Bert. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. 1 out, base is empty here in the top of the 3rd. A's lead it 2-0. 0-1 pitch, down low, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Campaneris, outside, 2-1.
2-1.
We will crown a champion tonight. Game 7 of the World Series. 2-1 pitch, up high, 3-1. 3-1 pitch by Jenkins, and Campaneris fouls that one off. Full count. And now Jenkins with a 3-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 2. Campaneris thought he was on base with a walk. Umpire says no. It looks like it was a good pitch to me. Two down for the A's in the top of the 3rd. Jimmy Fox, the DH, comes up. Bases are empty. First pitch, 1-0. Stop crying. The count's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. And that's down the right field line, hooking foul. That'll even the count at 1-1 to Jimmy Fox, the DH. And now the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Up high, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. Maybe Davis will rewatch the Jets game. 3-1 pitch. Popped it up. Anson comes in from first and makes the play. At the end of 2.5, A's lead at 2-0. Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. A's still lead at 2-0. Second baseman Ryan Sandberg will lead things off for the Cubs. Chief Bender on the mound. Outside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. That'll even the count at 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2 to Sandberg. The 1-2 pitch. rips it into center field, a base hit, a leadoff single for the Cubs here in the bottom of the third inning. That's 3 straight innings now for the Cubs where the leadoff batter got on base. Every inning so far. Go to the top of the order, Cap Hansen, the first baseman. Inside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch by Bender. Fouls it off down the first baseline. Count evens up at 1-1. Nobody out, runner on first base. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. High in the air, out to Jackson and right. Going back, Reggie cannot make the play. Sandberg's going to come around and he's going to hold him up at third. Jackson couldn't get to it. It'll be a double for Cap Hansen. And now the Cubs have runners at second and third with nobody out. They made Reggie run for it and he couldn't get it. And now with nobody out, the Cubs have 2 runners in scoring position. Third baseman Ron Santo. First pitch is inside, 1-0. A walk below the bases. One-0 pitch. High in the air, that may drop. That's a base hit. Sandberg's going to score. Coming around. They score 2. A 2 RBI single for Ron Santo. And the game is tied. Still nobody out for the Cubs. Here in the bottom of the third, Billy Williams. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. The left fielder. The Cubs have tied it up. There's still nobody out. Runner on first base. Santo at first. Fouls it off. Count goes to 1-1. You know, I was going to say something to that effect. I don't like his repertoire of pitches. Down low, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 out, or it's 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner on first base. 2-1 pitch, outside, 3-1. Yeah, I have yet to see him throw a fastball. 3-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Got a full count to Billy Williams. Three-two pitch. Struck him out for out number 1 as Williams goes down swinging. 1 down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the third. Yeah, every now and then. And now the right fielder, Sammy Sosa, will come up with 1 out, runner on first base in a tie ball game. That hit him. Runners on first and second now for the Cubs, 1 out. Ernie Banks, the shortstop, comes up. The pitch by Bender. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Banks. 1 out for the Cubs. They have runners at first and second. Santo at second base in scoring position. 0-1 pitch. A ground ball to Campaners. They'll turn 2. Yes. That'll end the inning. At the end of 3, the Cubbies tie it up. We're tied at 2. Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 4th in a tie ball game here in Game 7. Jose Canseco, the center fielder, will lead things off. It's winner take all tonight, Game 7. Jenkins still on the mound. Pitches outside, 1-0. A's and the Cubs tied at 2. The 1-0 pitch fouls it off. Count evens up at 1-1 to Canseco. Now the 1-1 pitch. Did he go around? No, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. That'll even the count at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. LeBron's eating a pretzel. And now the 3-2 pitch. Canseco smacks it out to left center field, but Williams cannot make the play. And that's going to be a leadoff double for Canseco. It made it all the way to the wall. Williams couldn't run it down. And now the A's have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. I thought for sure Williams would track that one down. That was not the case. And now first baseman Jason Giambi comes up. Nobody out, runner on second. Down low, 1-0. A's now, they can take the lead with a base hit. I thought he had that, to be honest with you. I did too. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, runner on second, that's Canseco. The 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss.
1-2.
Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner on second base. The 2-2 pitch. Popped it up, and it's out of play. Count remains at 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Giambi struck him out for out number 1. 1 down for the A's here in the top of the 4th. And now the right fielder, Reggie Jackson, will come up. The pitch, big swing and a miss. Strike 1, count goes to 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, rips it into right field, the base hit. Coming around third is Canseco, the throw home, not in time. And the A's take a 3-2 lead. An RBI single for Reggie Jackson. And now the A's take a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Just past Anson at first. And now Eric Chavez will come up, the second baseman. 1 out, runner on first base. In there for a strike, 0-1. Just one out for the A's here in the top of the fourth. Counts 0-1 to Chavez. 0-1 pitch. That'll even the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Runner on first base. The 1-1 pitch. He went around. 1-2. Game 7 of the World Series. The deciding game. A's lead it 3-2. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging for out number 2. 2 down for the A's. That's the pitch progression. Runner on first base, that's Jackson. Down low, 1-0. We're at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Game 7 of the World Series. We're tied at 3 games apiece. Deciding game here tonight. And now the 1-0 pitch. Inside 2-0. To Sal Bando. They throw to first. Jackson's back in time. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. We have a good group of people in the room tonight. I appreciate it. 2-0 pitch. Popped up in the air. Hack Wilson will come in from center field and will make the play. At the end of 3.5, the A's off Reggie Jackson's RBI single take a 3-2 lead here in Game 7 here on Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading things off for the Cubs, Aramis Ramirez, the DH. Chief Bender's still on the mound for the A's. I'd be getting him out of there if it was me. In there for a strike. Bender is just not built to go more than about 3 or 4 innings. And now the 0-1 pitch to Ramirez. A ground ball right to Giambi, who makes the play at first. 1 down for the Cubs. One out, base is empty. Now the catcher, Gabby Hartnett, comes up. A's lead it 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, base is empty. The pitch. Rips it foul. Counts 0-1. MLB The Show 23, such a terrific game. This game is just so good. Next pitch, fouled off. Count quickly, 0-2 to Hartnett. I highly recommend this game. I don't do that very often. But this game in NHL 23, highly recommend them both. Rips it down the line, foul. Umpire's right there on it. Count goes to 0-2. It's almost flawless. There's no such thing as a perfect game, but this one comes close. It's a no-hitter. Fouls it off. It was okay. 22 is better, but this one is even better. And that's going to be a bloop single. A 1-out single for Gabby Hartnett. 21 was to Joe Biden. 21 wasn't that bad. 22 is great, but 23 is even better. Now Hack Wilson comes up, 1 out. The center fielder, he pops it up down the line. Out of play, strike 1. Yeah, 22 is a great game. But 23 is even better. And now the 0-1 pitch to Wilson. Fouls that one off again. Count goes to 0-2. I love his comment, though. It's the Joe Biden of the show. And now the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off again. Remains 0-2 to Hack Wilson. That's saying something. 1 out, runner on first base. The count's 0-2 to Wilson. Outside 1-2. We're in game 7. A's lead it 3-2. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off again. Count remains at 1-2 to Hack Wilson. And the 1-2 pitch. Just outside. 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2 to Wilson. A long at bat for Hack Wilson. 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to Chavez. They'll get one, and they don't get the double play. They'll just get the lead runner. A fielder's choice. 2 outs. Eric Chavez, they get the lead runner at second base. 2 down for the Cubs. With a runner on first, Ryan Sandberg, the second baseman, comes up. Up high, 1-0. Game 7 of the World Series. I'm looking forward to the celebration when this game is over. A's lead it 3-2. Here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 pitch. Outside 2-0. 2 down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 4th. But the count's 2-0 to Sandberg. The 2-0 pitch. Outside 3-0. And now the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 3-1. The pitch by Bender. In there for a strike. Full count now, 3-2 to Sandberg. And the 3-2 pitch. Fouled it off. Remains at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Up high, he went around, no. It'll be a walk. A 2-out walk for Sandberg. And now the Cubs have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the first baseman, Cap Anson, comes up. Mr. Mustache. The pitch. He fouls it off, 0-1. A's trying to get out of the inning without giving up a run. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Anson at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Just outside, 2-2. The old split screen. Bender on the left, Anson on the right. And now the 2-2 pitch. Rips it into right, Reggie getting under it, and makes the final out. At the end of 4 complete, A's lead at 3-2 here in Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Mickey Cochran, the catcher, will lead things off for the A's. Fergie Jenkins still on the mound for the Cubs. First pitch, inside, ball 1 to Cochran. And now the 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. We're at Wrigley Field in Chicago on the north side. Counts 2-0. 2-0 pitch. High in the air, out to center. Hack Wilson getting under it in left center field for the out. One down for the A's here in the top of the fifth. We go to the top of the order. Ricky Henderson, the left fielder. One out, bases empty. Outside, ball one, count goes to 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. That's a strike, 1-1 on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty. The 1-1 pitch. Rips it foul. Count goes to 1-2 to Henderson. The 1-2 pitch. And that's out to Sosa and right. Makes the play for out number 2. 2 down for the A's here at the top of the fifth. And now the shortstop, Bert Campaneris. Evil Dead's MVP. 2 outs, bases empty. The pitch by Jenkins. Outside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Popped it up. Out of play, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, evens the count at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Pops it up. Ernie Banks in shallow left makes the play. At the end of 4.5. A's still lead at 3-2 here in Game 7 at Jammin' Sports. You don't have those guys. You have me, Jimmy Jan, with Evil Dead in CGM. Game 7 of the World Series. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ron Santo, the third baseman, will lead things off. Chief Bender on the mound, still for the A's. A's lead at 3-2. He went around, strike 1, count goes to 0-1. We'll crown a champion tonight. And now the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, bases empty. The pitch to Santo. In there for a strike, 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off down the line. Down the third baseline. Count remains at 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. The throw down to first. Make it official. 1 down for the Cubs. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm surprised that Bender has lasted this long. And now the left fielder, Billy Williams, will come up with 1 out, bases empty. Now low, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. A's lead at 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And now the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This will be our first simulated baseball season where the Orioles don't win the World Series. The first 2 the Orioles won. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Rips it foul. Count remains at 2-2. In our first sim season, the Orioles beat the Giants in 6 games. And then they beat the Dodgers in 5 last season. 2-2 pitch, up high, 3-2. Good crowd watching tonight, I appreciate it. Full count to Billy Williams. And he fouls it off, remains at 3-2. A's lead at 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And now the 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Remains at 3-2. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and CGM in the house. And now the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out for out number 2. And now with 2 down, bases empty, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa, comes up. In the pitch by Bender. He went around, strike 1, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 1-1 pitch. Rips it, a base hit into right field. That's going to be extra bases. Jackson couldn't flag it down. It'll be a 2-out double for Sosa here in the bottom of the 5th. Jackson misplayed it. It went all the way to the wall. Let's watch this one again. Just over Giambi at first base. And now Ernie Banks, the shortstop, with 2 outs. A runner on second base. In there for a strike, 0-1. Sosa at second. That's the tying run. The count's 0-1 to Banks. The pitch by Bender. Down low, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off, 1-2. 1 more strike gets them out of the inning. And now the 1-2 pitch. It's a base hit. That's going to score Sosa from second base. And we have a tie ball game. The Cubs have tied it at 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Ernie Banks, an RBI single, scoring Sosa from second base. And it's a brand new ball game again. And now Artemis Ramirez, the DH, comes up with 2 outs, runner on first. Outside, 1-0. I get the feeling this is going to be Bender's last inning for the A's. We're tied at 3. The 1-0 pitch. A ground ball to Campaneris. They'll get the lead runner, and that'll end the inning. However, it's a base hit. RBI for Ernie Banks. We're now tied at 3 here in Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Jimmy Fox, the DH, will lead things off for the A's here in the top of the 6th. Game 7, we're tied at 3. It's a strike. Fergie Jenkins still on the mound for the Cubs. Into the 6th inning. 0-1 pitch. Up high, but he swung. 0-2. He swung at a bad pitch. And now the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off down the third base line. Count remains at 0-2 to Jimmy Fox. 1-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. Jimmy Fox, the DH. The 1-2 pitch. And that's fouled down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2. Game 7 of the World Series here at Jammin' Sports. And now the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. One down for the A's. One down here in the top of the 6th. Jose Canseco, the center fielder, up next. 1 out, bases empty. Pitched by Jenkins. In there for a strike, 0-1. It's been a good ball game so far. We're tied at 3. 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 to Canseco. And now the 1-2 pitch. Up high, evens the count at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Williams going over. Billy Williams makes the play in left field, 2 down. The Oakland A's won games 1, 3, and 5, and the Cubbies won games 2, 4, and 6. Jason Giambi, the first baseman, 2 outs, will come up. Base is empty. In there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
The A's have won all the odd number games, the Cubbies the even number games so far. 0-1 pitch. Evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. We're tied at 3 here in the top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch. Giambi took a big swing and missed. 1-2. We're at Wrigley Field in Chicago. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. That'll end the inning. And at the end of 5.5, we're tied at 3. Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Gabby Hartnett, the catcher, will lead things off for the Cubs in a tie ball game. Bender's still on the hill. I would have pulled him a long time ago. That's a base hit into right field. Jackson can't get to it. That's going to be extra bases. Jackson having a terrible day in right. And he's going for 3. He's got a triple. Gabby Hartnett, a leadoff triple for the Cubbies. Jackson just falling over himself in right field. Can't run down anything. And that's it for Bender. But I think the manager finally heard you there, Evil Dead. Bender's out of there. They played him 2 innings too long. New pitcher coming in, Paul Blackburn. He's a lot better, trust me. So with nobody out, the Cubs have a runner on third base. We're tied at 3 here in Game 7. A base hit gives the Cubbies the lead. Center fielder Hack Wilson. I agree. He fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. Nobody out, runner on third. That's Hartnett on third. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Acevedo and Jackson warming up in the bullpen. The count's 1-1 to Hack Wilson. The 1-1 pitch. Pops it up, out of play. Count goes to 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. A ground ball to Campaneris. They're going to score a run. They'll get the out. It'll be a sacrifice for Wilson in an RBI. And the Cubbies take a 4-3 lead. So 1 out, bases empty. The Cubs take a lead now, 4-3. Ryan Sandberg, the second baseman, will come up. In there for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Counts 0-2 to Sandberg. If the Cubs win by 1 run, it's because they didn't pull Bender in time. And now the 0-2 pitch. It's low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. Cubs lead it 4-3. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. Yeah, you're right. The 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Ryan Sandberg, the second baseman. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. Cubs lead it 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Game 7 of the World Series. Two-two pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2. Two-two pitch. A ground ball to Campaneris for out number 2. Sandberg grounds out to short. 2 down for the Cubs. And now Cap Hansen, the first baseman, will come up. 2 outs, bases empty. Blackburn on the mound. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. That'll even the count at 1-1 to Blackburn, or to Hansen, excuse me. Blackburn's the pitcher. Cap Hansen, the first baseman. Inside, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Blackburn trying to get out of the inning. And now the 2-1 pitch. Rips it foul down the first base line. They'll even the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. 2-2 pitch to Anson. Outside, we got a full count at 3-2. Three-two pitch. Struck him out at the end of the inning. However, the Cubbies on an RBI single take a 4-3 lead here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Reggie Jackson, who's had a terrible night defensively, will lead things off. Fouls it off down the third base line, 0-1. We're in the top of the 7th in Game 7. Cubs lead it 4-3. Fergie Jenkins still on the mound, and Jackson fouls that one off. Counts 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2. Boxberger and Suter warming up for the Cubs. Counts 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 1. 7 strikeouts for Jenkins now. And now the second baseman, Eric Chavez, will come up. 1 out, bases empty for the A's here in the top of the 7th. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. A 1-out single for Chavez. A's trying to tie this thing back up. And I think that's it for Jenkins. They're going to pull him. It'd probably be Suter, if I were to venture to guess. This late in the game, it should be Suter. And it's Fulmer. I was wrong all the way around. Michael Fulmer, he wasn't even warming up. So 1 out for the A's, runner on first base. Third baseman Sal Bando comes up. I mean, he wasn't even warming up. In their first strike, 0-1. They showed Suter and Boxberger, so naturally I thought that's who was coming up next. It must have been. Yeah, they caught them both in the bathroom. And that evens up the count at 1-1 to the third baseman Bando. The 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off, 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Sal Bando. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Cubs lead it 4-3 here in Game 7. They throw to first. Chavez back in time. Count remains at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. One-two pitch. Swung and struck him out. Struck him out swinging. 2 down. Here in the top of the 7th for the A's. They have a runner on first, and Mickey Cochran, the catcher, comes up. And that's going to be a base hit out into left field. So now the A's have runners at first and second with 2 outs. A 2-out single for Cochran. Now we go to the top of the order. Ricky Henderson, the left fielder, with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Inside pitch, 1-0. Chavez at second, Cochran at first. Ricky at the plate. The count's 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. A walk below the bases. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. The 2-1 pitch by Fulmer. In there for a strike. They'll even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. It's a base hit. No. Banks will get the lead runner. And that'll end the inning. After 6.5, Cubbies still lead at 4-3 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Third baseman Ron Santo will lead things off for the Cubs. Cubs lead at 4-3 over the A's. Paul Blackburn on the mound for Oakland. In there for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. And that's out to center field. Canseco makes the play for out number 1. 1 down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th. And now the left fielder, Billy Williams, comes up. 1 out, bases empty. The pitch. And that's to Chavez at second. He'll throw to first for the out. Quickly 2 down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th. And now Sammy Sosa will come up, the right fielder with 2 outs, bases empty. Facing Paul Blackburn. The pitch. Up high, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Rips it into right field, a base hit. A 2-out single for Sosa. That'll extend the inning. And now the shortstop, Ernie Banks, will come up for the Cubbies here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Cubs lead it 4-3. The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch to Ernie Banks. In there for a strike, quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first base. 0-2 pitch. High in the air. Out to Henderson in the left. And he makes the play for the final out. At the end of 7 complete, the Cubbies lead at 4-3 here in Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Brad Boxberger. He finally got done in the bathroom there. He comes back out. Bert Campaneris will lead things off. The A's down to the last 6 outs. They're down by 1. Boxberger comes in to try to shut them down here in the top of the 8th. Outside, 1-0. Smith and Suter warming up. That means Lee will come in next. The count's 1-0 to Campaneris. Outside, 2-0. A's are only down by 1. Try to get back in this game. We're in the top of the 8th. Running out of innings, though. Two-0 pitch. Up high, 3-0 to Bert Campaneris. Now the 3-0 pitch. Campaneris pops it up out to center field. Hack Wilson makes the play. Out number 1. 1 down for the A's here in the top of the 8th. Here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Jimmy Fox will come up, the DH. 1 out, bases empty. Inside, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. One out, bases empty. Two-0 pitch to Fox. In there for a strike, 2-1. A's running out of outs. They're down to 5 outs. A strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 2-2 to Jimmy Fox. The 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Sandberg in shallow right makes the play for out number 2. The A's are down to their last 4 outs. The Cubs lead at 4-3. Jose Canseco, 2 outs, bases empty. A home run can tie it up here. Boxberger on the mound. The pitch. And that's fouled off. 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. A ground ball to Banks. He'll throw to first for the out. At the end of 7.5, the Cubs still lead it 4-3. Game 7 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cubs looking for some insurance runs now. Aramis Ramirez will come up, the DH. Paul Blackburn's still on the mound for the A's. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs up 4-3. In there for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Ramirez. It's fouled down the first base line. Count goes to 1-2. Nobody out, base is empty. Here in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. In there for a strike, struck him out looking. One down for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The catcher, Gabby Hartnett, comes up. One out, base is empty. The pitch by Blackburn. Outside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. That's ripped down the line, fair, down the left field line. That'll be extra bases. Hartnett going for 2. It's a 1-out double for Hartnett. I tell you what, he's got a single tonight, he's got a double tonight, and a triple. All he needs is a home run. One out, runner on second base. Hack Wilson comes up, the center fielder. In there for a strike, 0-1. A base hit would score a run, give the Cubs a 2-run lead. One out, runner on second base. That's Hartnett. The 0-1 pitch. A ground ball to Bando. He'll throw to first for the out. 2 down. Wilson grounds out to third. Now there's 2 outs for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 8th. And Ryan Sandberg, the second baseman, comes up. We'll have hockey after this. We'll continue our Stanley Cup playoffs. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Massive foul territory in Oakland. 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch. Fouls it off, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Outside, evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on second base. Hartnett at second. 1-1 pitch. He went around, 1-2. Yeah, you're right. It's very short. 1-2 pitch. Right to Chavez. He'll throw to first for the out. At the end of 8 complete, the Cubbies lead at 4-3 here in Game 7. We go to the 9th here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the 9th inning. Lee Smith, what did I tell you? The other 2 pitchers were warming up, but Lee Smith comes out. Yeah, you're right. The A's are down to their last 3 outs. Leading off, Jason Giambi. It's a strike, 0-1. The Chicago Cubs are 3 outs away from a world championship. Lee Smith trying to close down the A's. It's a ground ball to Sandberg. 1 down. The A's are down to the last 2 outs. The Cubs are 2 outs away from a world championship. Reggie Jackson comes up. 1 out, base is empty. Let's see if he can hit a home run and tie this thing up. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike. And now the 0-1 pitch. Inside, strike 2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2 to Jackson. 1 swing of the bat, he can tie it up. The 0-2 pitch. Inside. 1-2. He nearly went around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Struck him out for out number 2. And the Chicago Cubs are 1 out away from a World Series championship. The A's are down to their last out. It's going to be bedlam in Chicago. Eric Chavez, the second baseman. Yeah, he did. That 1 run was the game. Up high, 1-0. Unless Chavez can get a home run here. The count's 1-0. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the 9th. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. Lee Smith trying to mow him down. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Chavez. And now the 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. The A's are down to the last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count, 3-2. The Cubs just need 1 strike. The 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. The Chicago Cubs are World Series champions. They defeat the Oakland A's 4-3. The Chicago Cubs are your Sim Season 3 World Series champions. once again, your final score: the Cubs over the A's, 4-3. They win the series 4-3. The Chicago Cubs are your World Series champions. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We have NHL Stanley Cup playoff action up next. A double